Lean in, because this is the point where most people misread the whole situation. You take a step back and assume she's already fine, gliding forward without a single second thought. But silence doesn't vanish, it reverberates. It creeps into late bus rides, quiet kitchens at midnight, and those empty beats between songs. And here's the twist almost everyone misses. It isn't the silence alone that makes her miss you, it's what your silence quietly sets in motion. Stay with Stoicism Drive to the end, and you'll know exactly how to navigate this with clarity and self-respect, so your absence is felt without you having to force a thing. When used with intention, distance is a mirror. It reflects what performance tries to hide and brings real motives into focus. Below are the unmistakable signs and practical ways to keep your frame while they unfold. 1. She starts reaching out, carefully at first, then more often. At the beginning, she swore she wouldn't text. She promised herself she was fine, yet her thumb hovers over your name, crafting a message, erasing it, crafting again. When she finally breaks the quiet, it's rarely a bold, "I miss you." It's safer and lighter, "Hey, saw something that reminded me of you," or a small reaction to an old story. Translation. She's checking whether the door is still unlocked. What it looks like. Casual pings at odd hours. Double tapping memories. Random questions she could easily Google but sends to you instead. Why it happens. Curiosity. Validation. And the creeping discomfort of an unanswered question. Do I still matter? What not to do. Pour out a novel. Keep responses measured. If you reply instantly, she may retreat because curiosity is satisfied. If you answer briefly, or wait, uncertainty grows. And that uncertainty reveals the truth. The urge to just check in exists because she feels your absence. Stoic move. Reply, if you choose, with brevity and warmth, but on your timing. Signal standards, not neediness. 2. Her social media gets louder and more intentional. Notice the shift right after you go quiet? The feed starts glowing. More selfies, cleaner fits, livelier rooms, captions with a hint of philosophy. Everything happens for a reason. Lessons learned, lyrics about longing and second chances. Sometimes a throwback from a moment you shared appears just long enough to catch your eye. You may even see new faces, not because she's replaced you, but to test whether you'll react. What it looks like. Polished photos, cryptic lines, nostalgia breadcrumbing, a story from a location you frequented, posted when you're likely online. Why it happens. Attention by proxy. If she won't break the silence directly, she'll engineer situations where you do. What not to do. Subtweeting, decoding every caption, or reacting to bait. That's energy leakage. Stoic move. Scroll without spiraling. No coded comments. No late night paragraphs. Your attention has value. Treat it that way. 3. Mutual friend reconnaissance quietly begins. Pride blocks a direct question, so she detours. A casual, "How's he been?" hides a deeper concern. Are you struggling without her, or thriving effortlessly? Ironically, the steadier you appear, the sharper the sting. She pictured you checking her profile, maybe reaching out. Instead, you're calm, present, quietly productive. What it looks like. Friends hinting that your name came up. A mutual relaying that she asked about your schedule or whether you're seeing anyone. Why it happens. She wants information without vulnerability. The data soothes or agitates her. What not to do. Send messages through friends. That triangulation muddies the signal. Stoic move. Let your life answer the question. Progress in real ways, health, craft, community. Reality is louder than rumors. 4. Coincidences. Multiply in your favorite places. Suddenly she appears where you are, your gym, your coffee spot, that midweek social you never miss. Coincidence? Unlikely. She arrives composed and strategically unbothered, presenting the best version of herself. What it looks like. A surprised, "Oh hey, that feels too perfectly timed." Proximity without a direct approach. Glances that linger a fraction longer than normal. Why it happens. She wants to be undeniable without being the one to bridge the gap. What not to do. Over-explain or chase the moment. Treat it like a normal human interaction. Stoic move. Dress well. Stand tall. Don't linger. Offer polite warmth. Then return to your life. Attention should be chosen, not spilled. 5. Regret leaks out in careful fragments. When someone misses you but refuses to fully admit it, honesty comes out in drips. A post about owning past mistakes. A text about a goofy memory that used to make you both laugh. Maybe even a low-friction apology. I could have handled things better. Or, I didn't appreciate you enough. What it looks like. Selective vulnerability. She softens a statement, then quickly changes the subject to protect pride. Why it happens. The cost of silence rises. Memory amplifies your strengths while blurring small annoyances. What not to do. Convert one tender moment into a commitment. Let time test the pattern. Stoic move. If you reply, let your standards speak first. No rushing back to soothe discomfort. Curiosity isn't a contract. 6. Emotion swings give way to defensiveness. At first she wore composure like armor. Over time, reality seeps in and the energy shifts. One day it's bright photos, tight schedules, proof of happiness. The next, irritability over small things. If you cross paths, she might act cold or dismissive. Paradoxically, that reaction shows care. People who are truly indifferent don't stage performances. What it looks like. Small conflicts with friends. Snappy comments. Cryptic posts that seem aimed at someone. Why it happens. The internal story is wobbling. Your calm exposes the gap between her presentation and her feeling. What not to do. Go toe-to-toe emotionally. That rewards volatility. Stoic move. Don't mirror swings. Keep your rhythm. Health. Work. Hobbies. Friendships. Calm is credibility. 7. Old haunts start calling her back. A telling sign. She reappears in places linked to your time together. A coffee shop she barely noticed before. The gym she once skipped. A friend's gathering she used to avoid. Even a walk along that familiar route at your usual hour. What it looks like. Random overlap at places with shared associations. Dressing a little sharper. A brightness that fades when you leave the room. Why it happens. She's testing whether shared spaces still carry shared gravity. What not to do. Over-celebrate the moment. Nostalgia is a powerful spice, not a meal. Stoic move. Be kind, not clinging. You're not auditioning for your old role. You're living by your new standards. 8. The "I'm fine" mask develops small cracks. First comes the highlight reel. Good angles. Busy calendars. Glowing rooms. Then come the hints. A lyric that lands too precisely. A quote about losing something rare. An uncaptioned photo of an old spot. These are not accidents, they're invitations without accountability. What it looks like. Posts that talk around feelings. Late-night stories with melancholic undertones. Subtle reversals like archiving then unarchiving memories. Why it happens. She wants you to reach out so she can tell herself you were the one who couldn't stay away. What not to do. Jump at every breadcrumb. Attraction grows in space, not in pursuit. Stoic move. Resist savior energy. Observe without absorbing. Curiosity isn't commitment. 9. Jealousy plays enter the scene. If subtlety fails, escalation begins. A photo with someone new. A mention of a date passed through the grapevine. Visible flirting where she's sure you'll notice. This isn't closure. It's a probe to test your emotional availability. What it looks like. Intentionally visible proximity. Smiles held a beat too long. A tagged outing placed on your radar. Why it happens. She wants proof you still care. An emotional reaction tells her the tether is intact. What not to do. Retaliate with your own jealousy tactics. That's theatrical, not stoic. Stoic move. Stay unbothered. If you reply at all, keep it concise and neutral. Let attempts that don't land echo back to their source. 10. The direct message finally arrives, simple, but loaded. After hints, posts, and near encounters, she does what she promised herself she wouldn't. Reaches out clearly. It might begin with, "Hey, how have you been?" or the classic, accidental, text. Beneath the surface sits the truth. She's been thinking about you more than she'll admit. What it looks like. A light opener followed by a pause. Waiting to gauge your tone, then a quick pivot to a familiar memory. Why it happens. The energy spent avoiding the conversation is now heavier than the discomfort of having it. What not to do. Sprint into old patterns. Familiar doesn't mean functional. Stoic move. Boundaries first. Clarity second. If you choose to re-engage, do it on terms that align with your standards, not your nostalgia. 11. Every comparison quietly favors you. She tries to move on in practice, downloads the apps, goes on a few dates, chats with someone new. Subtle comparisons pile up. The rhythm isn't the same. The jokes miss. Conversations feel thinner. Then the deeper realization lands. It's not only that the new people are different, she is different with them. The emotional groove she felt with you can't be faked. What it looks like. Polite but flat dates, messages that fizzle, occasional mentions of not feeling the spark. Why it happens. Genuine connection leaves an imprint. Casual attention can't replace it. What not to do. Compete with ghosts or play scorekeeper. That's scarcity thinking. Stoic move. Keep becoming someone your future self respects, independent of her trajectory. 12. Nostalgia fills the quiet spaces. Old photos, saved videos, private jokes. Memories bloom during commutes and between tasks. A song pulls you into frame. A scent knocks open a door from the past. A street corner turns into a time machine. Gradually, the good moments headline her memory. And distance stops feeling like freedom, it feels like loss. What it looks like. Deep dives into old albums, rewatching clips, saving posts that echo your past. Why it happens. The brain edits. It colors the past with generosity and the present with critique. What not to do. Confuse longing with compatibility. Missing someone isn't the same as being aligned. Stoic move. If you reconnect, set a slower pace. Don't outrun the hard conversations. Align on standards, not vibes. How to handle this with stoic composure. Practical checklist. Protect your morning and evening routines. They anchor your mood and decision-making. Keep your social media neutral. No subtweets. No coded jabs. No scoreboard watching. Prioritize health, work, craft, and community. Visible progress quiets speculation. Speak clearly, act slowly, and let consistency, not impulse, carry your message. Let curiosity come to you. Silence paired with purpose becomes gravity. Microscripts you can use, copy, paste, and adapt. If she sends a casual opener, hey, good to hear from you. I've been focused on project, fitness, work. Hope you're well. If she hints at regret, thanks for sharing that. I'm taking things slow and staying intentional. If she asks to meet, coffee next week could work. Tuesday or Thursday after 5. If she pushes for old patterns, I'm doing things differently now. If we reconnect, I want it to be intentional. If she brings up the past emotionally, I hear you. I'd rather rebuild with clarity than rush back into what didn't work. 2 paths. Both require standards. If you want her back, rebuild at a measured pace. Clarify boundaries. Address the old friction before it becomes new friction. If you're done, be kind and direct. I appreciate the memories and wish you the best. I'm moving forward. Then actually move forward. Final perspective. Read the signs. But don't live for them. Your peace is not a negotiation. Distance is powerful only when paired with direction, when your days are full of creation. Not fixation. If the door opens again, let standards, not nostalgia, walk in first. Common mistakes that weaken your frame and fixes. 1. Over-explaining your silence. Fix. Let actions be the explanation. A short line like, been focused on work and training, is enough. 2. Reacting to bait. Fix. No public sparring. If something needs saying, say it once, privately, and without heat. 3. Using jealousy yourself. Fix. Live your life. Don't stage it. Authenticity ages well. Performance cracks fast. 4. Endless texting without meeting. Fix. Suggest a low-pressure coffee with a clear time window. Momentum or closure, both are wins. 5. Confusing nostalgia for compatibility. Fix. Ask, have the root issues been addressed? If not, direction beats emotion. If you want to rebuild, 3-phase plan. Phase 1 temperature check. 2 to 3 short messages max. Then suggest a quick coffee. No heavy talks over text. Phase 2 standards and structure. At the meet, be warm and curious. Name one boundary and one positive change you've made. Keep it under an hour. Phase 3 honest debrief. If you both want another try, pick one practical habit you'll both adopt. Weekly check-ins. No conflict texting after midnight, etc. Protect momentum with structure. If you're done, clean exit script. I appreciate the memories and wish you the best. I'm moving forward and won't be revisiting this. Take care. Then mute, unfollow, or block as needed. Kindness is clarity. Ambiguity is cruelty. Quick FAQ. Q. Should I ever explain why I went silent? A. Briefly, yes. If asked directly, I needed space to refocus. No hard feelings. Then pivot to the present. Q. What if she only reaches out late at night? A. Respond next day or not at all. You teach people when and how to interact with you. Q. How do I know if she's sincere? A. Look for consistency across 2 to 3 weeks. Steady tone. Small actions aligned with words. No push-pull games. Q. What if mutual friends pressure me to reconnect? A. Thank them and decline the committee meeting. Your piece is not up for a group vote. Call to action. If this brought you clarity, tap like, subscribe to Stoicism Drive, and drop a comment about which sign you've noticed most. Share this video with a friend who needs the reminder to stay grounded and keep their frame. Your next step is waiting. Watch the video on your screen to learn how to make distance work for you, not against you.